Hello everybody. I'm making this short video to illustrate a very quick method of adding up fractions. And that method, we call it butterfly method. Butterfly method. Butterfly method. So remember, a fraction is of this form. You are dividing a number by another number. And this number is called numerator, and this one is called denominator. Right? And if you have a fraction of this form, properly, you want to make sure your a is not equals to 0, because you cannot divide by 0. You want to avoid dividing by 0 in mathematics, and most often you want to make sure your a is less than b for proper fraction, although your b can be greater than a. So if your a is less than b, for instance, if you have 3/4 here the a equals to 3, that is the numerator, Numerator, that is the top number, and b is the denominator, that's the bottom number. Your b is 4 here. You can see that the top 3 is less than the bottom 4. So when you have small number divided by big number, 3 divided by 4, for instance, the result is going to be less than unity, less than 1. This one, if it is converted to decimal, it's going to give you 0.75, which is actually less than 1. Even the 0.9 is very close to 1, but it's less than 1. Okay? But if I have 4 divided by 3, this is going to give me 1.33 something. This is more than 1, right? So if you have two fractions, now you know what a fraction means. A fraction means what? You are dividing a by b, where both a and b belongs to what? Set of integers, whole numbers, right? And your b is never equals to 0. So that is how you define a fraction. Now, the top of the fraction is called numerator, and the bottom is called denominator. Okay? All right? And so let me clean that up. Now let me go straight to butterfly method. Suppose you are asked to add up two fractions, maybe 1/2 plus 3/4. Now, this is how butterfly method works. You underline, it's a fraction, and you will get a fraction as a result. So you make up this line for the fraction. Now, you multiply the two denominators, 2 and 4. You see that's 2 times 4, that will give you 8. Then plus, you cross this side, you multiply 1 by this 4, that will give you 4. And you cross this side 2, you multiply 2 by 3, that will give you 6. And that turns out to be what? 10/8. But you want to make sure you reduce your result to the smallest fraction, into the smallest ratio of fraction if possible. Now if you look at 10 and 8, 2 can divide both of them. So 2 in 10 is 5, 2 in 8 is 4. So that gives you 5 divided by 4. So this is where you want to stop. So this is what is called butterfly method. And it's very quick. You don't have to cry and worry yourself about the lowest common multiple. Conventionally, conventionally, in the olden days, if you want to add up this kind of numbers, the old style, you have to do 1 over 2 plus 3 over 4, and the lowest common multiples of 2 and 4 is 4. How many times does 2 goes in 4? 2. 2 times 1, 2. Plus how many times does 4 goes in 4? 1. 1 times 3, 3. And that will give you 5 over 4, which is the same thing. But in butterfly method, it's very quick because all you have to do is to do this, then multiply the denominators together. 2 and 4 gives 8. Then plus, look at this cross. 1 times 4 gives 4. Cross here. 2 times 3 gives 6. And then you have 10 over 8. But this becomes further as what? 5 over 4. So I would suggest use butterfly method for adding up two fractions. Okay? For adding up two fractions. If you have three fractions to add up, I'm not sure if that will work for three fractions. Let's add up three fractions, okay? Let's add up 1 over 2 plus 2 over 5 plus 2 over 3. Now, if you have three fractions this way, all you have to do, you can actually, if you don't want to think about, you can just multiply these two numbers together, these three numbers together. 2 times 5 times 3. Yeah, just multiply the denominators together. The bottom one, 2 times 5 times 3, and that will give you 30. So how many times does 2 goes in 30? That's 15. 15 times 1, that's 15. 5 goes in 30, 6 times. 6 times 2, 12. Plus 3 goes in 30, 10. 10 times 2, 20. And that becomes what? 27 plus, that's 47 over 30. Okay? So if you have three fractions to add up together, you can use this approach. But if you have two fractions, butterfly method is very quick. It's really very quick. So let me revise butterfly method again. Let's have 4 over 7 plus 2 over 5. For butterfly method, you look at the denominators, 7 and 5. You multiply these two together, that's 35. Then plus, then you cross multiply here. 5 times 4 is 20. You cross multiply this, 7 times 4 is 14. And that gives you 34 over 35. And you stop here because nothing else can divide both of them. That is it. I hope this is very, very informative.